Hey guys, welcome back. In this video I want to continue on the aim offset tutorial I made last time. And in this video I'm going to start off by adding a weapon, and the weapon I'm going to add is coming from this page here, TF3DM. This weapon model is personal use only license, but you can play around with this, and this is a really cool model, I think. So first of all, go ahead and download that, and that's going to bring a mesh in that you can play around with. So I'm just going to go ahead first and import that. I already downloaded and put it here, and I'm going to import that. It's going to throw a little warning, but it's going to give me a static mesh here. I'm not going to worry about the textures. I think something went wrong with them, so I'm just going to delete them really. So the weapon here is a static mesh looking like this, and that's what we're going to be using for this this guy here. So pick our idle rifle iron sights animation here, and we want to find his right hand and add a socket to this one and call this the weapon socket. And right click this one, let's call it this, and add a preview asset and pick the weapon. It's going to put the weapon like this. Okay. So click the weapon socket, and you want to adjust it a little bit so it looks a little bit better. So turn it like 90 degrees around, and then we want to translate it a little bit to fit the right hand. Something like this. I'm just gonna put a little over here. So we want to line the trigger up like this. Okay, so the left hand is not going to fit in, and that's not something we're going to worry about right now. Anyway, so now that we have that in place, we can add the weapon to our character, and we do that by going into the third person character and adding a static mesh. Call this the, whoops, that's a different one. Call this the weapon, and we want to pick the M4 static mesh. So that's gonna put it in here like this. Okay. So when we begin play, we basically just want to make sure to spawn this. So begin play, and we want to not spawn it. We want to attach it to the socket. So attach component, attach to, nope, not that one, sorry. Attach to mesh, and we want to attach something onto the mesh, which is our player character, or the mesh player mesh. So drag in the weapon onto the target, and set this, and set the socket name to be the weapon socket. Set the snap to target, keep world scale like this. So that's gonna put in the weapon like this. Now, as you can see, the left hand is not fitted to the gun right now, so that's something we will take a look at next. I'll go into the animation blueprint here, and what we are going to do is go to the graph here, and after the aim blend space offset here, I want to drag out and type in FABRIK. So this is forward and backwards reverse inverse kinematics, so it's a neat node to use. So drag in from this one to this one, and it's going to create a cast node here automatically, and just make space for that. what you want to do here is just to change the component space to bone space, and the effector is going to be the right hand, and we want to maintain say no change, and the tip is going to be the left, because the left hand we want to move. So find the left hand here, and the root bone is going to be, let's take the upper arm for now. Okay, so remove the pin effector transform here and expand this one, and then click the X here. Okay, so we're just going to compile, and that's gonna, once you have clicked this one over here and you have the fabric node selected, you have the animation running here. So now you can adjust the hand, as you can see here. So that's what you're going to do next. So position the camera and then move the hand to the location where you want the left hand to connect with the weapon. So I guess something like that. You want to move a little bit around it to make sure that it's connecting in a nice way. So I guess something like maybe a little bit more to the right, maybe a little bit more up, something like that. That's gonna work out. Okay, so hit save and compile. And you can see the values here has changed now, so that's the location it's going to fit the weapon to. So when you move your weapon now around, you can see that it's following along nice and fine. So that's a good way to get this to work. And as you can see, the hand is going to keep, the left hand is going to keep up with the movement of the right hand. It's going to be a little bit of lag sometimes, and it's something I don't really know how to get rid of, but it's working pretty solid, I think. The last thing I want to add to this is a way to make a little extra weapon aim. I think I've covered this before, but I'm just going to isolate this. So type in camera and call this the first person. And we want to take this first person camera and attach it to the mesh. And we want to take the parent socket, and we want to select the right hand and then switch to the viewport. So that's going to create a camera up here. So we'll just first of all zero these out. So that's going to create a camera here, and this one needs to be minus 180, and then we can move this a little bit back maybe, and a little bit up here, and maybe a little bit more back. Depends. Yeah, probably a little bit more. Okay, so right now we are basically inside his head, so let's turn off snapping here and move it a little bit forward, maybe a little bit to the side. Okay, that was a bit too much. So something like here. I'm going to play around with this. But as you can see, the hand stays more or less fixated, no matter how fast you move. So if you want to enable free aiming, so click on the third person character and use control rotation yaw, and then you have a free aim, so you can run around and you can aim and you can still shoot like this. So you definitely want to spend a little time fitting the camera to a better position right now than I did. But that's the basics of this, so I hope that was useful. Yeah, that's it for this video. See you in the next. Bye bye.